everyone, I'm Shavasana. Welcome back to another class. This is called Low Back Love. We'll be warming up our body, focusing on relief in the low back, then moving through 2 sequences that will help with stability in the hips and focusing on a strong core so we're not using the low back in our transitions. You'll need a block, so grab that and meet me on the mat. Take a comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes, resting your palms on your thighs. Lean back a little bit in your seat to bring your ears over your shoulders and draw the ribs in. Feel grounding in your sit bones as you lengthen the spine with an inhale. And with an exhale, try to find some softness, melting release in the shoulders. Relax your jaw. And just take a few deep breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting everything go of the day, any thoughts or worries, just let that all go. It's a wonderful time now to be present in your body. Bring awareness to your breath. Bring your hands to your heart center. Just take a moment to set an intention for your practice today, something you need for yourself, maybe something to let go of. Set that now. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Slowly release your hands. And open your eyes. Grab your block. Let's come into a low bridge prep, lying on the mat with the knees bent. Walk your feet out so they're not directly under the knees. Take your block and place it under your sacrum. We're gonna start off bringing awareness to our low back and maybe releasing anything here initially. So walk the feet out, palms are down. So just feel that grounding in the palms, in the shoulders, in the feet. And then draw your hip bones energetically together. If you forgot where your hip bones are, you can take your hands, place them on your hip bones, and just create some resistance a little bit as you draw them together. You're gonna hug the ribs in nice and strong. So you have your palms down. Try to draw your rib cage in, and your core is starting to feel some fire here. Firm the glutes, and now you're maybe a little bit lifted. We're light on the block, not lifted, but just light on the block. Draw the belly in, so feeling that powerful activation. Then slowly bring one knee and hover it over your hip. Draw everything in, make sure your pelvis is level, and just stay here for a moment. Keep your right glute firm. Inhale, exhale, release the foot down. Other side, right knee lifts, bring it over your hip, draw the belly in, and keep firm in your left glute. Keep your chin down, lengthen the back of the neck, relax your jaw. Inhale, exhale, lower the foot down. And then other side again, left knee hovers over, and then bring it down. So just on your own pace, just find some marching here in your legs, but try to really work from a place of strength, not momentum. It's almost like hug your ribs in, core is engaged, and from your hips and your strong core, you're lifting your legs. So keep marching, drawing the ribs together, hugging everything in, lots of stuff going on. Good, then one more, wherever you're at, and put your foot back down on the mat. Lift your hips up, remove the block, bring it to the side. Get into position again. Finding grounding in the sacrum, walk the feet out so they're not under the knees. Draw the hip bones energetically together, and now just lift your knee and march here. And try to keep a little curve in your low back so you're not flattening the low back. You're just kind of maintaining that natural curve of the spine, and draw everything in. Find a place of strength here as you move your legs into this marching movement. One more. Inhale and exhale, foot down, and come back to center. Now, draw everything in, inhale, exhale, firm the glutes as you come into a low bridge. So you can lift your hips as high as you like, but it's kind of nice to keep them a little bit lower. If you want to keep them even lower, that's fine too, or even on the mat. Strong in your hands, shoulders, core. Now do the same thing. You're marching your legs, but trying to keep your pelvis is level. So imagine the block is there underneath, and you're trying to still be on that block as you're finding some movement here, using your core, and kind of wake up our whole body here. We're trying to tell our brain not to use our low back for our movement, so we're using our core. Good. One more. Inhale, exhale, foot down, draw everything in, and slowly release your hips and your spine down on the mat. Nice. Take your block, place it between your thighs, right below the knees, and bring your knees over your hips. And if this is uncomfortable, you can always have your feet down on the mat if that's easier. But let's just try this. So hug the belly, or hug the block energetically, draw the belly in, take your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, elbows towards the ceiling, hugging your skull. Take an inhale, exhale, come up off the head and shoulders. Draw the low belly down, nice and strong. Inhale and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Keep hugging the block. Draw the low belly down. Inhale and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Draw the low belly down. Keep your head relaxed in your hands. Inhale and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Stretch your left leg straight up. Hug the block, draw the belly and come up maybe a little bit higher. Then bring your knee back to center and lower your head and shoulders. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Right leg straight up. Hug the blocks, keep strong in your core, keep your head nice and relaxed in your hands. Inhale, back to center and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Bring both legs straight up. You can keep the knees soft a little bit, but try to keep the sacrum on the mat. And now turn to your left. So you're hugging the block, turn a little bit to the left. Come up off your left shoulder blade. Inhale, back to center, knees back to center, and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Both legs straight up, but keep your sacrum down. So try not to pop the hips out. Then turn to your right. Come up off your right shoulder blade. Your knees can be soft, but try to keep your sacrum grounded. Ribs are hugging in. Inhale, back to center, knees back to center, and lower. Last one. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Legs straight up, turn to the left. Reach your right arm across and just come up a little bit off the shoulder blade and come up a little bit higher. Inhale, back to center and lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Legs straight up, turn to your right, reach your left arm across and come up off the right shoulder blade. Sacrum is grounded, low belly hugging in. Inhale, back to center and lower. Great job. Release the block to the side, feet down on the mat, and let's come into a twist. A little bit of release for the low back. So knees go to the left, ground into the inner arch of your right foot, tap your right glute, make sure it's nice and strong. Then bring your arms to goalpost, bending the elbows, and try to draw your right rib cage down towards the mat. So feeling this shoulders grounded, chin down to lengthen the back of the neck. Draw the belly in, strong and open. Inhale, exhale, release. You can bring your arms by your side, knees back to center. And now bring your knees over to the right. Ground into the inner arch of your left foot. Your left foot is flexed, well both feet are flexed, but your left foot grounded in, and tap your left glute. Nice and strong, stretch that whole left hip flexor. Left rib cage down, bring your arms to goalpost. Bending the elbows, and try to keep a nice long spine. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. Give yourself a hug and rock and roll up to tabletop, quadruped, hands and knees. So take your block, place it on your low back, so just on your sacrum, and place it on your sacrum. Hands are under the shoulders, spread the fingers, walk your knees in a little bit. You can tuck your toes and draw the belly in, watch the back of the head. You can do a little check with your head. So try to draw the back of the skull into your hand if you want to just double check your position. Now take an inhale, exhale, hover your left knee, and we're going to hip abduct to the left. Kind of the fire hydrant pulses, trying to keep the block level. So we don't want to use the low back for anything, so keep hugging the ribs in, drawing the belly, super strong. Hands are strong, shoulders are working, and we're trying to find some stability here in the hips and mobility. Inhale, exhale, bring your knee back to center, reposition yourself. Inhale, exhale, hover the right knee and pulse to the right. So you don't have to go really high. And if your block is falling, then you're going too high. And this is kind of a little mental check to see where our pelvis is and to kind of work the glutes from the hips, not from the low back, or work the body from the hips and the glutes. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. Remove the block, keep it to the side. Hands again under the shoulders, quadruped, nice and strong. Inhale, exhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky, but try to keep the pelvis level. So imagine the block is still there, and then weave your arm underneath your side, and then stretch your right arm in front of you, or you can stay where it is, or you can take a bind. Or even if you aren't sure about your pelvis, you can take your hand and touch your pelvis and keep it level. So it does tend to move around here. So we want to keep a nice level pelvis. And just find some stretching here, relaxation, release. Inhale and exhale. Bring your right hand down. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. And exhale, hand down. Draw the belly in. Inhale, right arm lifts. Watch the pelvis. And exhale, sweep, thread the needle underneath your right. And then left arm stretches out. Nice and long. Pelvis is level. You need to double check. You can touch your low back, your sacrum, just to check. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring your left hand down. Inhale. Sweep your right arm up. And exhale, hand down. Let's find some movements here in cat-cow. So think about your pelvis and your shoulders kind of moving in a wave. So just find some movements here, working with the breath, and your head moves last. So try to lead with the spine and the head follows. And then we're going to release a little bit more by maybe moving around in our quadruped, just maybe finding some animalistic movements. This also stretches out the wrists. But just find that nice fluid movement in the spine, nice and long. Go the other direction. You can bend your elbows or bend as much as you like. Good. One more inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Draw the belly in. So we're gonna work on plank here. So hold everything strong. Pelvis is level. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back, draw it in, nice and strong. Then go on your knees, dial the hands out, pull the hands back, and just lower halfway, chaturanga. Watch the back of the head, then press back up. Then bring both knees up, nice and strong in your plank. And one more time. Both knees down, dial the hands back out, pull the hands back energetically, and just bend the elbows. Keep the pelvis level as you lower halfway, and come back up. Lift into plank, and then lift into downward facing dog. Nice long down dog. Bend the knees as much as you like. You can pedal your feet if you're feeling a little tightness there. Stretch the calves out, the legs, the hamstrings. Try to lift through the shoulders so we're not sinking in the shoulders. And find some stillness here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. So you're sending the hips back, your knees are bent, hands to the mat. Step the right foot back, back knee down, top of the foot down. Inhale, arms lift. Super strong in your right glute. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank. Then on your knees, lower. Just like we did earlier, but I can go a little bit lower. Inhale, cobra, pulling the hands back energetically. Exhale, lift, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, back knee down, top of the foot down. Inhale, arms lift, left glute is strong, core is engaged, lifting through the fingertips. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Step the left foot back, back knee down, toes tucked. Inhale, arms lift. Take your left arm, and we're just gonna swing the left arm and firming the left glute. So everything's nice and strong as you find some movement here, keeping our hips level. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, plank. And on your knees, lower. Slowly with your shoulders lifted. Inhale, cobra, pulling the hands back. Exhale, lift, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, back knee down, toes tucked. Inhale, arms lift. Right glute is on, and swing the right arm. We try to keep the pelvis level. So try not to find any really rotation to the right. We're gonna really focus on a strong core and hips. Inhale and exhale, hands to the mat, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Step the right foot back, back knee down, toes tucked. Inhale, arms lift. Interlace your fingers behind your back, elbows are bent. So you're feeling that in the low, in your sacrum. And now draw the belly in, firming that right glute, nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward, pick up your back knee into a leaning crescent. Watch the shoulders, watch the back of the head, draw the belly in. So we're really focusing on not using our low back in these transitions. Moving into airplane with control, go slow, inhale. Exhale, lift into warrior three. Airplane, yeah, good. Bending the elbows, nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale, step down into your crescent, release the hands, inhale, arms lift. And exhale, turn to your right for a wide-legged fold into a side lunge. So take your hands into your hip bones, bend your knees, send the hips back and fingertips down, and just stretch this out here You can pulse the glutes, pulse the hips up and down if you like. Try to look at your knees, try to keep them as far back as you can over the ankles, and lift the low belly up nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center, walk your fingertips to the front of the mat, step to plank, nice and strong, and on your knees, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, pulling the hands back energetically. Exhale, lift, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, back knee down, toes tucked. Inhale, arms lift. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw the belly in. Left glute is firm. Nice and strong. Shoulders are open. Watch the back of the head. Inhale. Exhale, lean. Lift the back knee. Leaning crescent. Nice and strong. Watch your pelvis. Nice and level. Watch the back of the head. Good. Moving into airplane, warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, lift with control. Pelvis stays level. Good. Inhale. Exhale with control. Step it back into your crescent. Release the hands. Arms lift. Inhale. And exhale. Turn to your left. Parallel the feet. Bring your hands to your hips. Bring your hands into your hip creases and send the hips back. Hands on the ground. You can stretch your fingertips out. I'll face you again. Nice and open here. Stretch them out. Good. Now, bring your right fingertips underneath your shoulder. Stretch. Do a twist to the left. You can keep your knees bent. Fingers down. Stretch to the right. Right arm lifts. Let's do it again. Right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Keep your knees bent as much as you like. Keep drawing the low belly up. Bring your left fingertips down. Inhale, right arm lifts. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, hand down. Crawl your fingertips to the front of the mat. Come to plank with control, nice and slow. And on your knees, lower. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, pulling the hands back energetically. Exhale, lift. Downward facing dog. Good, just stretch it out here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Hands to the mat, step or jump to plank, nice and strong. And on your knees or straight legs, lower chaturanga, nice and controlled. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lift. Downward facing dog. So stretching it out, taking a few breaths here. You can bring your heels down as long as you can maintain integrity in the shoulders. So lifting through the shoulders, belly in, stretching your hips high into the sky. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Hands to the mat, step or jump to plank. Watch the pelvis is level and lower with control, keeping the shoulders lifted. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lift. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet, happy squat. Come up on your fingertips. Come into a hip flexion. So your knee is over your ankle, hips are back, nice and high. Let your head relax, shake your head out. You can find a little bit of wiggling here if that feels good for your low back. Good, inhale and exhale. Bring your right fingertips down in front of you and then inhale, sweep your right arm up. You can even bend your right knee and stretch your left leg straight. Inhale, exhale, hand down. Other side, now start with your knees bent, then inhale, right arm up, and then you can stretch your right leg for this little twist here. Always keep your knees bent or go as deep as is comfortable for your low back. Inhale. Exhale, release the hand down, stretch it out again. And walk your hands about 3/4 of the way for downward facing dog. Send the hips back and up, lifting through the shoulders. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg or left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Keep your core engaged. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, then knee to chest. Flex your foot and see if you can step it forward between your hands as far forward without lifting your palms. Good. Inhale, come up into a crescent. Interlace your fingers behind your back again, opening up the shoulders. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, release the hands, arms lift. From here, moving into airplane warrior 3. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, lean and lift. Airplane warrior 3. Take any variation that is comfortable for you. Just keep the hips level. Good. Then bring your hands to your heart, and we're going to slowly come down into a seated twist, but take it really slow. So bring your right knee behind the left leg and slowly lower, maybe without using your hands. Nice and graceful. Good. And set yourself up into a seated twist where your hips are grounded, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, twist to your left. So try to really hug the hips in, core is engaged as you open up the left shoulder. And try not to crank too much on this right thigh with your right elbow. Just try to twist from your thoracic spine, your upper back. Inhale. And exhale. Moving into standing L, half splits. Inhale, exhale, lean. Left foot is down, right leg lifts. Standing splits. Come up onto your fingertips and square your pelvis and bend your left knee. And lift through your top heel and then energetically pull your chest through. If you can do this with your palms down, you can do that as well. It's really nice to bend your knee. That'll help with your low back. And then lift through the heel. Good. Inhale and exhale. If you want to take a handstand hop, you can. Or you can come up on the ball of your foot. Inhale. And exhale, bring your foot down to meet your left. Come into a happy squat, reach your fingers out and just let it all go here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bring your hands under the shoulders. And from here you can step or hop to plank with control. Inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Pause here on the mat. Let's do locust interlaced with fingers. Tuck your toes, forehead down, lifting through the shoulders. Firm your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, lift your feet. Maybe lift your forehead. Press down into the pubic bone to lift your shoulders and up. Inhale. Exhale, hands into the shoulders and lift into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands to happy squat. So walk your hands back towards your feet. Stretch your fingers out. And now from here, bend your knees so your chest is on your thighs and lift the low belly up off your thighs, nice and strong. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And wiggle your toe heel, your feet together. And then come low a little bit and come into a chair pose, nice and strong. So we want to really try to keep the knees over the ankles. Watch the back of the head, draw the low belly up, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left, chair, twisted chair. Good, inhale back to center. So really focus on hips back, low belly hugging up. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. We want to love our low back whenever we can and use our correct muscles. Inhale, exhale, release. You can bring your fingers out, toe heel your feet back to hip width apart. Stretch it out, maybe find some wiggling here. Inhale, exhale, walk your hands 3/4 for downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Keep the belly hugging in. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Left tricep. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, knee to chest. Flex your foot and see if you can step your foot forward without lifting your palms. Then come into your crescent lunge, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Just a little bit of a check-in. You can keep your back knee bent. We want a really nice level pelvis here. Opening up the shoulders, watch the back of the head. Good, inhale, arms lift. Moving into airplane, warrior 3, inhale. Exhale, lean and lift. Strong on that standing leg. Hips are level. Then bring your hands to your heart and slowly bring your left knee behind your right leg. Come into a seated twist with control. Maybe hands free, maybe not. Good. Sit up nice and tall. You can adjust yourself here. Keep both sit bones grounded. Inhale to lengthen. Left arm lifts. Exhale, twist to the right. So keep hugging your hip bones energetically, or your hips together, firming your core as you open up in your thoracic spine. So we don't want to put this in the low back at all. We want to really open up the chest, the shoulders. Relaxing your jaw. Inhale and exhale. Moving into standing split. Inhale. Exhale, lean, hands down, right foot down, left leg lifts into your standing L or split. Come up onto your fingertips, bend the bottom knee, and then lift through the top heel. Try to keep your hips level. And try to pull the chest through, or you can have your hands down and pull the chest through. Kind of like a little bit of a mini arch in your upper back. Inhale. And exhale. Take a few hops here if you like. Maybe come up onto the ball of the right foot. Try to lift through the top heel. And you can always keep your knee bent as much as you like. Good, and then bring your foot down to meet the right. Hands under the shoulders, preparing for your chaturanga hop. So inhale, exhale, hop it. Nice and strong, and lower, chaturanga. Locust, let's put our palms down this time on the mat. Tuck your toes, forehead down, lift the shoulders, firm the glutes. Inhale and exhale, lift from the core. So your front body is powerful to lift your upper back, legs. Keep your head level. Inhale, exhale, hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes, lift into downward facing dog. Then come into child's pose, knees wide, toes touching, forehead down. If you want to turn your palms up for a little more shoulder opening, go ahead. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, slowly come up and come into downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. We're gonna jump to Malasana, so however you wanna get there. If you wanna take a little bit of frog jump, inhale, exhale, jump and hop. Come into your low squat. Draw the belly in, open up through the shoulders. If you'd like to take crow, you can go ahead and find a crow here if that's what you love to do. Otherwise, stay here in your low squat. Lift up through the pelvic floor, opening through the shoulders. Low belly, in and up, nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale, take a seat. Stretch it out. Shake it out, arms out. We're gonna slowly come down onto the back. So with control, you can go as slow as you like. Try to keep your heels on the mat, or you can come into it nice and relaxed. When you're on your back, give yourself a hug, knees to chest. Good, bring your feet down on the mat. Knees are bent. Cross your left foot over your right thigh and open that up into your hip. Now try to keep with all these, try to keep the sacrum grounded. You can even have your hands to your hips and just move your left hip out and in, just to see where you're at with your mobility. Now take your left knee out, draw the belly and keep your sacrum grounded as you bring the right thigh in. So try not to round in the low back. Keep it nice and long. Take a few breaths here, finding some release. Loving your low back. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Come back to center and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh and open up that right hip. Take your hands, I think it's actually nice and helpful to know where your hip bones are. And we want to really find mobility in the hips, because a lot of times lack of mobility gets us that pain in the low back. So we want to really open that up and know when to use the glutes. We use the core. So we really stop dumping into the low back or just using it when we don't need it, and that's what causes that pain. So open up the right hip as much as you can. Sacrum is grounded, then bend or flex your left knee towards you. Open up that right hip, try to keep the sacrum grounded. This is one of my favorites for any low back tension, but it's really effective when our sacrum is grounded and our shoulders and our neck is all aligned. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Cross your left leg over your right and then bring your knees over your hips. Come into this reclined Gomukhasana. So you can hold your shins or just below the knee if that's your zone, or you can go a little bit deeper. You can grab the tops of your feet like handlebars. Keep the sacrum grounded though as you bring your legs towards you or your feet towards you. Again, just focus here not so much on how deep you can go, but more on if you can keep your spine long to give your low back that relief. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Cross your right over left. Knees come over the hips. And see if you can, wherever you're at naturally in this internal hip rotation, and see what happens here. So then don't force it and don't overdo it. We want to feel a stretch in the hips, but we also want to release the low back. So we don't want to create more tension there. So try to find that nice spot where it feels good. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release the feet down. Give yourself a hug. Knees to chest. And then open up the knees to happy baby. And again, since this is low back focused, take it really slow. Kind of work happy baby from the ground up. So from the hips to the feet. So it's not important whether or not you grab the feet. It's a matter of how long you can keep your spine. So open the knees and then bring your feet into 90 degrees, your knees into 90, and then see where your legs are naturally, and then grab wherever you are. So if you can crawl your fingers up towards the edge of your feet, that's fine. Try to keep a nice long spine. Keep drawing the belly down nice and long. And then see if you can grab maybe your big toes or your outer edges of your feet. Stay long in the spine and just find some relief here. Relaxing. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release feet down into Shavasana. Stretch your legs out straight. Turn your toes out. Roll your shoulders underneath. Palms up. Chin down. Lengthen the back of the neck. And let gravity melt the chest down. Lengthen through the hips, the spine. Closing your eyes for a few minutes of Shavasana. If you'd like to pause the video, you can pause to go a little longer in your Shavasana. Otherwise, we'll stay here. Come back to your breath. Bring life to your fingers and toes. Bring your feet together, arms overhead. Give yourself a nice long stretch. And bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Then roll to one side and just pause there for a moment. Nice and relaxed, grounded. Then slowly come back to seated with your eyes closed or soft. Coming back to a comfortable position, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your hands to your heart center and just take a moment to honor your intention as a reminder to carry it with you off the mat. Take a deep breath in And a long breath out. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Hope you found some relief and release in your low back to give it all the love as you move about the rest of your day. Namaste.